My name is Warren Zanes, and my book is Petty, a Biography. It's always surprising to me that you don't see more about rock and roll in, say, middle or high school social studies books. I think one of the most important things that's happened in American culture is mid-century, mid-20th century, and the Beatles being on Ed Sullivan, and then what happened after that in America. And what you saw was the emergence of hundreds and hundreds of bands and local scenes and pockets, unlikely pockets, way beyond the New Yorks, Los Angeleses, and Nashvilles. Places like Gainesville where fully developed cultures focused around clubs, around radio stations, around promoters, and around a community of bands emerge full-blown, and Petty comes out of that. So by studying someone like Tom Petty and looking into his life, you're really looking into this mid-century phenomenon that it changed this country in really significant ways. So I always think that when you look at an individual who emerges in this particular time, you're getting this bigger story. And it will never happen in the way that it happened again. Things will happen with music. Things will get shaken up. There will be musical moments that change the fabric of everyday life. I believe in that. But perhaps because the media was at a smaller size, perhaps because youth culture was just emerging in a particular way, waiting to be fed, that guys like Tom Petty, Bruce Springsteen, Billy Joel, their stories tell this bigger American story. And on some level, Petty in particular, I think, is the best version of that story. Maybe because it's Southern, maybe because it's not tied to a big place like New York. I don't know. I feel like the book makes a case that he's the best vehicle to understand that story. If Tom Petty were to launch his career today, the context being so different in terms of how music is listened to, how music is distributed, how youth culture is segmented, it would obviously be a very different experience. But one thing hasn't changed, and that is the role of the song. I was doing an interview with Bono a few years back, and he made a really great point that don't focus just on the changes, but focus on what the song has continued to do. And we are still in a culture in which if you write the right song at the right time, it can go out to millions. That possibility remains, maybe even more so. So if a Tom Petty were to come out today rather than 40 years ago, I think the strength of his songs would still be the thing that would give him a career. Much of it would look different. How he made music would probably be substantially different. But the strength of those songs, if it were the same Tom Petty, that's what would carry him. It would give him a career, even in a disrupted landscape like the one we have today.